Hello everyone, welcome to Thrive at Retirement. Today we are going to share with you the one question that we keep asking ourselves that helped us to retire early. We hope that this question also would set your retirement planning in motion. This is our first video and we bring to you honest conversation and real life stories. And at the end of the video, we're also going to give you 3 excellent takeaways. So stay with us.
I plan to retire at 65. But actually retired at 62, while Marb's planned to retire at 62, but actually retired at 52. If you're wondering how to retire early, it's about asking the right questions. It's not about money, it's not about insurance or anything like that. It's about asking the question of when to retire.
So like Dan said, the one question that really changed everything is asking the question when. This is probably the biggest step that we took towards early retirement. When do we retire? That question is the catalyst of everything.
And when you answer that and committed to that, you have a clear decision.
See, asking the question when makes this retirement, which can be overwhelming at times. Sometimes the word retirement, we're having a hard time wrapping our brain around that. But when you set a date, it becomes a little real. Now you have a date, a target date to work on, whether you want to retire at 52, 62, or anywhere in between. So when we had our retirement date set, we actually started to ask those other questions. And in the process, we started to have a vision of what our retirement would look like.
We started asking the real questions. Can we afford it? What are monthly expenses? What about health insurance and things like that?
Those questions are the big terrifying questions. Those are the questions that probably we're trying to not ask ourselves. But because we already have a date, we are kind of forced to confront these questions. And like I said, some of these questions are terrifying. Along with that, we also started to ask like questions that kind of exciting, like, are we gonna travel? Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do when we retire? Hobbies. So those are good things. Like for you, it's more on what?
I want to play more golf, fish, things like that.
Things like that. And me, on sleeping in and doing things, slow living, like gardening, hiking, and all those things that I've been really wanting to do while, working that 9 to 5. So in other words, by asking these questions and be forced to confront them, we are also visioning. We are painting a picture of what our retirement is going to look like when we eventually do.
Right, and you could call it planning too. We're planning on some of the things we want to do in retirement, where we want to go. It's just getting a retirement template in place.
It's like this retirement is a big puzzle, and when you set a date, it breaks and things starts to fall into place as you make retirement as part of your daily conversation.
Right. Think of it as a puzzle. When you lay it out on the table, it's discombobulated. It's all a bunch of pieces. And then when you start putting it together and you commit to committing the puzzle, it starts forming a picture. And it creates a picture, a visual picture, and in your mind. And you know exactly where to go and how to get there.
In other words, this big vision of what retirement would look like.
Once we committed to a date, then we really started hard planning on things we want to do and hobbies and travel and RV. But it didn't totally get rid of all the fear that comes with a lot of change and things that we didn't know. But once you commit to the date, it's so much easier to move forward with a clear picture.
And there's going to be a lot of questions, and there's going to be a lot of what if. Can we really do this? Can we pull this off? We don't have to answer, or you don't have to answer all those questions. You just have to sort of confront or attack one question at a time. Whatever is it that is your greatest fear or your greatest anticipation in retirement, you just have to deal with that a question at a time. What matters is you start now. In our case, I think the biggest roadblock in our retirement planning, there's quite a bit of it. We have student loan, we don't have emergency fund at that time. How do we send our daughter to college? And
these are the fears that creep into the equation.
Yes.
The unknowns.
The unknowns. And then, do we have enough in the bank? We don't even know how much money we had in the bank,
Right.
or we don't even know how much money you have in your portfolio,
Right.
and mine too. So those are the big questions. But then, when you have a date set and then a vision, you start to be creative, strategic, really get motivated to sort of eliminate those roadblocks so that you can retire and retire early.
And remember, you don't have to answer all these questions.
For our first video, that is really just what we wanted to share with you on how we really get our retirement planning started, because the most difficult part is really starting. Now we are going to leave you with 3 great takeaways.
Number 1, set a date, not a dollar amount.
Choosing a specific date gives you direction, urgency, and a real target to work towards financially and emotionally.
Number 2, vision drives planning.
Your retirement vision helps guide any financial, lifestyle, and mindset decision.
Number 3, clarity comes one question at a time.
You don't need to answer all questions. Start with a powerful question when and let it lead you to the next. Momentum builds when you begin, and action brings clarity. Friends, if this helped you a little bit, we hope that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Thrive at Retirement. We bring weekly videos about life in retirement, downsizing, travel, hobbies, relationship, and basically everything about life after 9 to 5.
Thanks for watching. And remember, your retirement starts when you commit to it.
Thank you guys for watching. We will see you again next week. Bye!